This video is for the practice problems 5, 6, 7, and 8 from the lesson 10-2 on fraction busters. All right, so let's start out with number 5. We have 3 200ths plus x 50ths equals 7 100ths. Let's make this a little bit easier by getting rid of the denominators. So you see we have a 200, a 50, and a 100. 200 happens to be divisible by 200. It is divisible by 50, and it is divisible by 100. So therefore, our least common multiple is going to be 200. Let's go ahead and multiply both sides times 200. So 200 times 3 is 600 over 200 plus 200x over 50 is equal to 200 times 7 would be 1,400 over 100. Now we can simplify these expressions, right? 600 divided by 200 is going to be 3, plus 200 divided by 50 would be 4. So we have 3 plus 4x is equal to 14. And now it's just a two-step equation. We'll subtract our 3 from each side. We've got 4x is equal to 11 divided by 4 divided by 4. So x equals 11 fourths. Or if you were going to rewrite that, you could say that'd be what, 3 3/4? Or 3.75 if you're a decimal person. Great, let's move on to number 6. We've got 6 equals 3/4 times the quantity of 10x plus 16. So to start out here, whenever we have like parentheses and then we've got like that 3/4 out there, I'm going to go ahead here and distribute this. So I have 6 is equal to, I have 3 times 10 would be what, 30x over 4. And then we're going to do plus 3 times 16 is going to be 48. And then we still have the 4 in the denominator. We can simplify those if we need to, if we want to try to break those down even more. You can, or you can take it here and look to do the fraction busters right now. It's up to you. In this case, we have 1s and 4s. Maybe we just go ahead and multiply times our least common multiple. So our least common multiple in this case here, right, if you think about it, we have 1 and 4, so it's got to be 4. So let's go ahead and multiply both sides by 4. And we're going to end up with 4 times 6 is 24. And then we have 4 times 30 is 120x over 4. And then 4 times 48 is going to end up being, let's see, what is that? 196? 192, I'm sorry. 192? Still over 4. Okay, and then we'll just reduce those. We have 24 is equal to, that should be a 30x. And then 192 divided by 4 should be 48. Let's subtract our 48 from each side. So we now have a negative 24 is equal to 30x. And then we're going to just divide each side by 30. So negative 24 over 30 should reduce to, let's see here, I think 4/5, negative 4/5. So we should have negative 4/5 should equal x. And that is your answer for number 6. All right, so let's go ahead here and let's move into number 7. We have 3/4 is equal to x over 2 minus 7/6. With this one, right? We look at 4, 2, and 6, okay? They don't all go into the same number right now, or any of those numbers, so we're going to have to come up with the least common multiple. And in this case, hopefully you found that that was 12. So we'll go ahead and multiply everything times 12. So this should be 36 over 4 is equal to 12x over 2. And then 7 times 12 would be, what, 84? So we have minus 84 over 6. Okay, and then when we simplify that, you're going to see that this is 9 equals 6x. And then we have minus 14. We'll add our 14 to each side. We now have 23 is equal to 6x. And then we'll divide each side by 6. And we get x is equal to 23/6. Or if you wanted to, you call that like 3 5/6. All right, let's move on to the last one. It's number 8. So for 8, we have 3x plus 5 divided by 4 plus 3/10 equals 3x plus 7 over 20. So as we look at those denominators, 4, 10, and 20, I already know that my least common multiple's got to be 20 on this one. Let's take it and see what happens when we follow our process. We're going to multiply each side by 20. I've got 20 times 3x plus 5 all over 4 plus 20 times 3 over 10 equals 20 times 3x plus 7 all over 20. Now feel free, if you want to, you can distribute the 20 through in the parts that are being multiplied by binomials, or you can look at it like this, right? I could say 4 goes into 4 once and goes into 20 5 times. So what I have now is 5 times 3x plus 5 in parentheses. I could say 10 goes into 10 once, goes into 20 twice. And then we have 2 times 3 would give us 6. And on that last part here, you'll see 20 divided by 20 should cancel. And we should be left with a 3x plus 7. So let's go ahead now and simplify and solve. I'm going to distribute my 5 through. I've got 15x plus 25 plus 6 is equal to 3x plus 7. If we combine our like terms here, we've got 15x plus 31 is equal to 3x plus 7. Subtract our 3x from each side. And we'll go ahead and subtract that 31 from each side as well. So we're going to end here with 12x is equal to, I think it's negative 24. And since 12x is equal to negative 24, we'll divide each side by 12. And you're going to see that x equals negative 2. So if you take it and you plug it back in, it should make it a true statement. All right, if you have any additional questions, please make sure you find a way to reach out or go to Math Help. This is the end of the practice problems, and please make sure you check your homework assignment, which probably is in Delta Math. Thanks for watching.